Hi everyone, this is Roses Are Red at the Psychic War. I'm Rosetta Marie. I want to say happy Mother's Day to whoever's watching this when I upload it. So I just realized that as I'm pressing record. You have Knight of Wands. Okay, so I'm sensing this that someone has to tell the truth, or maybe the truth is just kind of like uneventful. Like it's supposed to be special, but it just doesn't feel like it's special. But it is special. It just doesn't feel that way. Ten of Swords. Something about your energy is the opposite of stressful. But it might not necessarily feel like what you think relaxing should be or relaxation should be. Maybe you're just so even toned. Um, Possibly because of some stressors that you've been through that just doesn't allow you to get upset. Your evenness is more valuable than being excited and being overly happy for some people. Now, all these cards are in reverse. Three of Cups, Queen of Cups. Like somebody tried to take you out of your element. This could be a toxic mother for some people, but most of y'all will be watching this in June. Okay, so June 17th, I believe. It's like you're over it already. You had time to heal. And when people are watching you, it seems like you should be suffering, or like they don't feel like you've had enough time to heal. It says unfinished lessons, self-doubt, loathing. Yeah, like they feel like you should be crying still. Who are these people that think this? Is a third party? Definitely somebody watching from the outside, possibly a group of people watching you from the outside who feel like they know you better than you know yourself. This is an old story for some people. I feel like you have more than enough life talking about you. Don't even have a reflection, first of all. They don't know themselves. Okay. Yeah, you've been forced to carry somebody else's insecurity. The burden was entirely too heavy at the time they tried to put it on your back. Any burden that doesn't belong to you is too heavy for you to carry. But I feel like you might have been very young when this happened, and it might have paralyzed you or paralyzed your emotions in some way. Like you may have trouble reaching your Queen of Cups energy. I mean, like maybe you don't feel as nurturing, etc., etc. Maybe you don't feel as feminine, but it's something about your energy, whatever it is perfect for what you need to be. Like you never got a chance to turn into a toxic femininity or toxic feminine energy, a spoiled brat or whatever that implies, because you never had a silver platter or a silver spoon. So it's like you're perfect for somebody, like the real one, the one you want to be perfect for. This could be yourself. You look good when you look in the mirror. You're not afraid of yourself. Or when you see your reflection, it looks like someone who loves you. It looks like a friend. It looks like a nurturer, like someone you can share your feelings with. And this is what other people see as well. And that's why they're trying to basically steal you from yourself. They want you to live for them and not for yourself because they see how amazing you are. And you're free. Yeah, you're not tied down by a toxic mother or any type of overbearing energy because someone tried to do that when you were way too young and you just said no. And it's been no, and it's always going to be no. You worship God. Somebody's trying to get you to worship Satan. They're trying to turn you into a Satanist. And I feel like it's so unattractive to you that it's just like there's just not a chance in hell. Even for some people who have been sent to hell, because some Christians do go to hell, but you don't get burned by the flame. You're not tempted. Whereas, the ones who belong down there, um, they meet their fate. They meet their end. They get burnt. Singapore trash. All right, so this could be nothing new for some people, or maybe some people need a confirmation, like just to be reminded of the fact that you've been through some traumatic things, and it's going to keep coming back around because the world revolves around the sun. You're going to keep being reminded that, oh yeah, I was abused, etc., etc., and maybe you don't get upset about it, and you see other people in therapy and going through stuff and wearing all of their feelings on their sleeves. Not to say that your scars don't show. It's just like you've already healed, or maybe you healed so quickly you didn't really have a chance to show any type of uh, feedback, but you still feel it. Because I'm seeing this priestess in reverse. It's like you probably still feel it. Like maybe you feel like you should be flaunting your stuff, like even if people tell you you're sexy, or it's clear that people find you attractive, it's like you don't really get to enjoy it yourself. But again, that energy is toxic. Like you don't need to be out flaunting your stuff, and whatever the case is, you love yourself, and that's really what your love is for, is self-love. We got a lot of cards in reverse here. Ace of Voices. Yeah, I'm hearing like maybe you're seeing people with mental problems and they seem to wear it like a badge, like they're just so proud of themselves and all the symptoms they have, and you just see right through it. And you're like, well, at the same time, you kind of maybe feel like you're a bit dull, like there's nothing interesting about you. The only voice you hear is your own, the same old voice saying the same old normal things. Just speaking facts and using common sense. It's like it's not popular and it's not trending because it's difficult to take advantage of someone like you. So that's what I'm getting. Like, yeah, for some of y'all do just gotta stay in the background. The background is the safest place anyway. You have ground and center. You're very centered. Very centered. And, it's more profitable for people to be kind of unstable. So let me just fix something's going on with this music now. Um Yeah, you have meditation for peace and serenity. I feel like your breath is meditative. The way you breathe, the way you think is like a walking, living prayer. And then you have drink tea here, which could be like maybe something you're getting into, like the real ceremonial green tea. Something about herbs and also like a sweetness. You might add a little bit of honey to it for sweetness rather than eating a bunch of candy, etc. And then it says look for fairies. So there's this imagination, like there's a level of imagination that you can unlock. I feel like it has to do with anime. There's no anime cards here, but I'm just feeling that something about this drinking tea is bringing up like East Asian culture. I know, Europeans and everybody else drinks tea, but I'm just getting this vibe. And fairies are also European, so it's not really about a specific region. But I feel like somebody's about to indulge in a little bit of anime or something like that. Like something where you don't really have to be the center stage. Like you get to sit back and enjoy what's in front of you. You don't have to put on a show for anyone. Your attention is valuable, and you don't always have to beg and need attention to be attentive. That's what I'm getting. Okay. So this is an activation card. This could be your pituitary gland or possibly your focus. Like maybe locking into the fact that you have focus. That's not an issue here. The only time it becomes an issue is when your enemies can't take advantage of you. You're not useful to your enemies. They, if anything, want to avoid you. And so if you're trying to build relationships with people that don't like you or are afraid that you might expose something criminalistic that they're doing, then it's like, okay, yeah, now you're being isolated, now you're being ostracized. But those people you don't want relationships with anyway. Someone is saying, I'm sorry. Now I feel like this is someone who is being exposed at this time for doing something wrong to you. This could be a mother. But it's like, it's wrong from the beginning. It was wrong from day one, and they didn't apologize. They weren't sorry when they did this. Now, it's not about holding a grudge, because it's always better to forgive, and you might not even had a chance to get angry, like, so that forgiveness was never an issue. You live in forgiveness, you live in love, you live in peace. The person is apologizing because it's coming back up in their world that they're wrong, and they don't have anybody to beat on anymore, or whatever it is that they were doing. They can't do it anymore, and they're not getting away with it. Nobody's sympathizing with their situation. It's just being very clear that this person is abusive and manipulative. You are on the right path. Keep moving forward. You're doing things that you enjoy. Okay, maybe you're a collector. I'm just feeling like this joy and satisfaction of maybe a new episode coming out, a new deck for some people if you like collecting decks. New clothes, new shoes, things like this, whereas though maybe in the past you were told, oh, this is materialistic. You're not allowed to have anything. You're supposed to suffer. Suffering is noble. But that's just not true. That's not how the economy works. It's not fair for you to suffer all your life since you were a child to now, and then they expect you to get older and be lonely, and it doesn't add up. So I definitely feel like you're getting your youth back, and you might not even have the appearance of someone who was very old. You look very young from what I'm seeing, but it seems like you're going to act young as well, because you might have had this like old soul energy, whereas though like even as a child you behave like an adult, and then you get older, you still look like a child, but you behave like someone who's like 2,000 years old, and now you're getting your youth back. You can make mistakes because you're not carrying the weight of the world on your shoulder. You can have fun. You can skip a beat. You can look silly and goofy, etc. Open the door to a higher dimension. Yeah, you're climbing higher. And this happens over time. You don't just shoot up. You take steps, one step at a time. But then, the next day you're on this higher plane. And when you look back, everything is going to be beneath you. But I'm also feeling like it's phases. Like you reach a height and then it's still, you still lower, and however that works. It's a wave. That's what I'm getting at. So it's not like a psychosis where you just have to be happy and that's the only emotion that's allowed. You can relax as well. But I'm seeing you doing an upward climb right now. And it feels like some excitement, which you're allowed to feel. Maybe you felt like you had to keep it on the low. You had to be the stable energy in the household. Write down your goals, dream big, because your manifestations are being heard right now. It's like you were waiting in line and now you're walking up to Santa or whoever it is that you believe in that's going to give you these things that you ask for. Um, I, I feel like one outside of yourself that wants to bless you and benefit you, someone like a father figure. Slow down and rest. You need it. And just kind of indulge in yourself and enjoy this positive energy that's around you. You got the card of fun. Have fun. Look at that. Have fun. And all these colors and people just enjoying themselves. Like this card here, Three of Cups, it came in reverse. People were having fun around you. They were laughing and joking around you at your expense, and now you're going to be having fun on your own and laughing at things that you find fun, and people who are like-minded with you also enjoy. Like this is a good time. Authenticity, be real. Be real with yourself. This is what's showing. This is what's so beautiful about you and what's so attractive about you, that you don't judge people, and you don't have to. Somebody tried to make you feel like you had to be the judge in the room. And based on the things that you could be angry about, it's like, well, nobody deserves to be happy. Affirm, I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. You have so much power to collect right now, especially as a collector. It's just going to pile up. Okay, coins upon coins. It's just like you're hitting the lottery right now. You're hitting the jackpot. What is it? Jackpot. You're hitting the lottery with this energy. It could also be a financial gain, but it's coming back because it's an investment you already made in other people. They stole it from you basically, and now they have to give it back. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it, especially if this is related to the anger that you might have stored up or stockpiled and not even realize that you were holding a grudge. Maybe that was the only way that you could that people respected you, because you were angry and they didn't want to piss you off, or they just felt like you weren't somebody to mess with. But that anger starts to eat away at you. And now I feel like you're going to be transmuting that into fun. And that's just like, that's something brand new for you. It's like you're really going to experience something new and really just take it one day at a time, and just know that you're safe, because your enemies are the ones suffering now.